I want you, I want you, I need you. But there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Nah! Okay, Boozhoo everyone. Welcome back to Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Huh, sweetie? That's right, baby doll. You tell him. Ladies and gentlemen, over here, the lovely and the talented Natasha. Ikadon Boozhoo, Weenie Mushain. Say hello, sweetheart. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And over here, the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ikadon Boozhoo, Niji. Say hello, my brother. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. And me, I'm Paul Stanley. Nah! My name is Nanaboozhoo, and I am the host of this little show we sometimes call Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, because this is a show where we honor people who show up on time. Huh, sweetie? Showing up on time is so important. Let's give Always Learning a gold star. A gold star for Always Learning. Boozhoo, Always Learning. Boozhoo. And Zagame is here. Zagame gets a silver star. Oh, Zagame, so good to see you. Boozhoo, Zagame, so nice to see you. Hey, Missy is here. Celebrate. I'm here and a gold star. Not quite, because Missy's trying to celebrate being here. She thought she was first, but I was learning and Zagame snuck in the door right before her. Sorry, cuz. You're SOL. Hey! What? Kids don't know what that means. And if they do, BFD. Hey! What? Don't swear! Oh, yeah, you're right, sweetie. That's not our way. Swearing? Yep. Although apparently that's what Indians really want to know about. We did a video once called How to Swear in Ojibwe. I got a whole bunch of clicks. Everyone's like, yeah, I've always wondered about that. What's the F word in Ojibwe? Yeah, I know. Bunch of degenerates. I know. But the way I heard it is that we don't really swear. I heard a story once that they published a journal of one of these Jesuit priests, one of those black robes or whatever. Some of the first Chamokaman, long knives, some of the first non-Indian people who made contact with the Ojibways were priests. And, actually, they don't get enough credit. They were the first ones to, what was that guy's name? Bishop Whipple or something? They actually translated Ojibwe. I think it was Catholic priests that first started learning the language outside of Ojibways. But they wrote a journal. They were saying, oh, wow, these Chippewas are really nice people. They never swear. They never curse. They don't even curse their God. And of all the stories, nobody in the whole village could remember there ever being a murder. They were like, well, yeah, we've lost people to war, and there were, skirmishes with other tribes. Skirmishes. There's been bloody battle to the death over territory and relocations and genocide of our Dakota cousins, but but they never swore until the old Ishkode Wabu. Till they brought in whiskey. That's the way the story goes. Then they started swearing up a storm. There's something about whiskey that makes you want to talk like a sailor. Yeah, I think that's rum. Makes you want to talk like a pirate. Ho, 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 ho. And a bottle of rum. What's the Anishinaabe Santa Claus say? Ho, ho, ho! Yeah, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. I did not like getting scolded yesterday. Aww. I'm sorry, Zagame. Did I hurt your feelings? Were you not in a safe space? Oh, Zagame didn't like getting scolded. Well, what happened? You got here on time, didn't you? Zagame, I talk harsh to you because I love you. All right? You know, in the Anishinaabe way, we did not coddle our children. You know? In our way, we don't raise children. We raise adults. They are children, but we're raising you to be an adult. And so if I'm hard on you, it is because I care so very much. So talk back one more time, and you can say to the back of my hand, "Hey, you leave Zagame alone." Do you want me threatening the Boozhoo crew? No, don't hit her. All right. Hey, Joseph's here. Boozhoo, Joseph. Joseph's here, sweetie. Well, hi, Joe. And Melissa White. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe the hearts in my eyes. Melissa's here, sweetie. Well, hi, Melissa. How are you? Jimmy Jams. Hello, good morning. Jimmy Jams is here. Boozhoo, Jimmy Jams. And Zagame says, Mino Giga Jebe. Spelling? Yeah, that's how I spell it. You know, we're not really, you can kind of spell Ojibwe however you like. You know, if they're going to tell us we didn't have a written language, then I think we can kind of go loosey-goosey, however it sounds. But yeah, that's how I spell Mino Giga Jebe. La la la. And Zagate is here. Mino Giga Jebe, you weirdos. Hey, Mino Giga Jebe, right back. Oh, can you feel the love this morning? 'Cause Melissa White has just rolled in. Boozhoo, Melissa. Melissa's here, sweetie. Well, hi, Melissa White. Today is a very special day. Did you know today was Thursday, sweetie? I did know. Yeah, the fourth day. Wow. I can't believe it's the fourth day already. It seems like a lot more. I know. I feel older than 4 days old, but Neo. Geisha good. Now, before everyone starts freaking out, yes, I know. Beijig, Nij, Niswe, Ni Win. Ni Win. You would think it would be Ni Win, Geisha good. That's what I thought too. But no. That would mean 4 day. To say fourth, you got to put a yo on there. So it's Neo. Fourth day, Neo. Geisha good. The Geisha good. It is the fourth day. Geisha Gabe. Geisha Jabe. Giga Jabe. Giga Jabe. That's a different word. I was trying to connect morning with day, but Thursday is the fourth day. Neo Geisha good. And today, I would like to tell the story of Amik, the beaver, and Sabe, Bigfoot, and Undag, the crow. Is this the story of how Beaver got his tail? Yeah, pretty much, but I couldn't find a picture of a bear, so I went with our picture of Bigfoot. Okay. So, just so I can get off some of my... Lately, I've been really kind of tempted to just talk about politically incorrect things. You know, I've had a little devil on my shoulder saying, "Yeah, just do it. It's funny." You know, go make some COVID-19 jokes, and then make some transgender jokes, and then you know, I'll be funny. But I kind of feel like maybe that little devil's setting me up. You know, trying to get my show taken down. So, I'm back to basics. We're just going to talk about language and culture. I'm going to stay away from all that, you know, humor. No more humor, sweetie. It's all business. Okay, if you say so. So, once upon a time, there was a transgendered beaver named Mick. And he got a vaccination, which isn't a vaccination, actually. It's some sort of weird experimental gene therapy. But it was brought out by people who want to control the population, so they're going to murder everybody. Well, anyway, Beaver found out that they had faked a moon landing to hide the existence of a flat, domed Earth. Yeah, it turns out that science is actually a religion of its own, a satanic thing. And everyone in Hollywood's a Satanist, and all your teachers are Satanists too. And so there you go. Is that really the story? No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story of Mick, the little beaver. And doesn't Mick represent something in the 7 grandfather teachings? I think Mick is for wisdom. Wisdom. Nabwakowin. So this is the story of Mick and how Mick got his flat tail. This is a tale of a beaver's tail. Back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a little beaver named Mick. But people forget that in the old days, beavers used to have big fluffy tails, like a fox, a wagosh. Like Papa Wagosh. Where has he been? I don't know. Is he here today? Let me check. Yeah, I haven't seen Papa Wagosh in a couple of days. I guess we have to assume he's dead. That's a shame. So, I can't see who's leaving comments. Let me make this smaller. I'll make this. There we go. All right, sorry. Back in the days of the grandfathers, Mick had a big fluffy tail. And he's just proud of that tail. He would sashay around the woods, showing off his tail to everybody. You know, one day he comes up to Sabé, Bigfoot. And he says, "Hey, Sabé, check out my tail. Isn't it beautiful?" Sabé goes, "Oh, yeah, that's a really beautiful tail you got there, Mick. You must be very proud." And he goes, "Don't you wish you had a tail like me?" He goes, I got enough trouble with my big feet. I don't really need a tail, to tell you the truth. I just kind of lumber through the woods here. And anyway, if I wanted to, I could shapeshift into any animal I want to be. A lot of people don't know that. That's why they can't find Bigfoot. He's a shapeshifter. Is he really? That's my theory. That's cool. He goes, but whatever. And Mick says, you're just jealous. You're all jelly, Sabé. And he turned on his heel and stormed off. Well, pretty soon he comes up to that old Ondeg. And what do I do with Ondeg? La, la, da, 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 da. Oh, here he is. He walks up to the crow. And he goes, "Hey, Ondeg, check out my tail. Isn't it beautiful?" And Ondeg looks at that tail and he goes, "Oh, wow, yeah, that's a really nice big fluffy tail you got there. You must be very proud." And Mick says, "Oh, I am. Aren't you jealous? I bet you wish you had a tail like mine, huh?" And little Ondeg, he goes, my tail, it's black and flat, and it helps me steer when I fly. It's really pretty good for what I need it for. So, you got a nice tail on that, but I'll keep mine, thanks. And Mick goes, "Oh, you're just jealous." And he turned on his heel and he stormed away. Well, pretty soon, he comes up to Tonto. He says, "Hey, Tonto, check out my tail." And Tonto says, "I'm the actor Johnny Depp, don't you?" And he goes, "Don't you wish you had a tail like mine?" And how come Undeg is on your head? And Johnny Depp says, no, never mind. I'm Tonto. And he goes, no, I don't have a tail. I'm a human being. And Mick says, you're just jealous. And he's turned on his heel and he walked away. Oh, he was just angry. And nobody would kind of stroke his ego. Yeah. And normally, Mick was a great logger. He could chew logs and just drop those trees anywhere he wanted. And he was a great carpenter too. But he didn't care about that. All he wanted was people to recognize his beautiful tail. And so he's chewing away. There's my stupid friends. They're just jealous of me. How come nobody will tell me how beautiful my tail is? And he's chewing and chewing. Well, pretty soon, that tree just starts to fall. And he wanted it to fall forward. But this time, because he wasn't paying attention, that old tree started falling right towards him. He was like, oh, it's coming right at me. And he jumps out of the way in the last second. But that tree landed right on his tail. It landed with a smack. And he pulls it out. It was like a cartoon or something. And now it's all flat, like a pancake. He starts to cry. And he cries out to Gitchimanadu, the Great Spirit. He goes, Gitchimanadu, what have you done to me? Look at my tail. And the Gitchimanadu, he calls down. He goes, Mick, you did this to yourself. Because you were so prideful. And also because you acted so ugly. You treated your friends in such an ugly way. You weren't paying attention to what you were doing, and that tree fell right on your tail. And now instead of having a big, fluffy tail, now it's flat and ugly. Kind of like the way you treated your friends. But listen to me. I want you to do something. I want you to jump in that river there. And Mick goes, what's the point? And he goes, just jump in the river. I want to show you something. So he jumps in. And what happens? He finds that he's a great swimmer. Better than ever before. Now that old tail, it works like a canoe paddle. And he's swimming around. He's swimming. Climbs out and he goes, Gitchimanadu, I don't know what to say. And Gitchimanadu says, don't say anything at all. Just notice what happened here. Something bad happened because you behaved so badly. But also sometimes what you think is a tragedy in your life can actually be a hidden blessing. If you didn't lose your beautiful tail, have that tail smashed, you never would have learned that your tail was such a great canoe paddle. And now I want you to build your home under the water. You'll be safe. You can swim down again. You can build homes right in the river. And you'll be known for being such a great swimmer and an even better carpenter than you've ever been. And this is the story of how Mick got his flat tail. Ah, sweetie, that's a good story. Thank you, sweetie. So there you go. Mick, Beaver, Sabe, Bigfoot, and Undeg, the crow. And Johnny Depp, the Tonto. Yeah. English word for Tonto is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. Yeah. La, la, la. I think in the future, there's going to be a lot of traditional Indian stories that have Johnny Depp in it. You think so? No, probably not. This is a story of the Edward with the scissor hands. Yeah. That's all Tonto really is. Edward Scissorhands goes to the res. The Anishinaabe clown posse. That's what I think Tonto is. Hey, Boozhoo crew! Brian Souls shouts from the back. How's it going, Brian? La la la. Shapeshifter is as good a theory as any, says Shelley Ham. Yeah, I don't know where I heard that. But that makes sense to me. If there's any truth to human beings being able to shape shift, then why not Sabe? Should I talk about Bigfoot a little bit? You could. Let's see what the other Ojibwe words are. Oh, there we go. This goes right in. Gwayakwa Diziwin. Honesty. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Oh, baby doll. Honesty. Gwayakwa Diziwin. Gwayakwad. That kind of Gwayakwa Wendam is to think correctly. Gwayakwa. How do you say that? Not Edie Win. Gwayakwa Akozi? I forget how to say it. It has something to do with being straight. Thinking straight. Not being straight. As opposed to being two-spirited. Being one-spirited, I guess. But like, thinking straight. Walking straight, whatever. When you're honest, you're speaking straight and clearly and correctly. And Sabe, actually in the 7 Anishinaabe teachings, represents honesty. I don't know why. And I always thought it was interesting that every other value, like respect, the buffalo represents respect. The bear represents courage. The wolf represents humility. I think we said that in the show yesterday, huh? Yep. But Bigfoot is the only animal that modern people don't believe in. There's a lot of people who have never seen a moose, but they believe in a moose. But Sabe, Bigfoot. Is that how you say Bigfoot in Ojibwe? You mean like to have a Bigfoot? Not really. Mungi's a day. Your foot is a zid. A zit? No, that's something teenagers get on their face. A zid with a D. But a mungi zid would be a Bigfoot. And so there you go. Sabe. It's a Bigfoot. And he represents Gwayakwa Diziwin. Honesty. You've got to be honest. All the time. What if somebody asks you if they look fat? Then you have to lie. But I thought we were supposed to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's important to lie to people. If you see an old lady, you say, "Oh, you look very beautiful today." Lie. Why, some old ladies are beautiful. No, they're not. They're old wrinkled prunes with gray hair. You can see their scalp right there in the light. Nasty. No, they're beautiful on the inside. Okay, fine. Well, that's why we lie to them. You say, "Hey, you look beautiful today." What a beautiful gallon of perfume you must be wearing in this church today. Ho-ka, hey, la-di-da-di. Hey, sweetie. Yes, my dear? Would you like to take a phone call? Oh, sure. What line? On line 2. Let's see. Caller, welcome to the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. You're on the air. Hey, yo, Nanaboozhoo. Oh, hey, Sylvester Stallone. Sweetie, Sylvester Stallone's on the phone. Well, hi, Sly. Hey, yo, Natasha, how you doing? I'm pretty good. What can I do for you today, Sly? I was wondering if I could teach the Ojibwe word of the day. Sure. Today is Thursday. We call that the 4th day. How do you say that in Ojibwe? Well, we say, Neo Geisha Good, fourth day. Neo Geisha Good, the fourth day. Yeah, that's real good. Real good. Neo Geisha Good. Yeah, fourth day. And then I told a story about a beaver. He's Mick. Mick? Hey, I knew a guy named Mick. Yeah, this is Mick. Yeah, Mick, he was my trainer, but he died. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, so sad. I think Clubber Lang killed him or something. You mean Mr. T? Yeah, something happened. I think he was smart mouthing me, and then I don't know what happened. I just remember I was in the locker room, and Mick was dying, and I was crying, and I was like, Mick, Mick. Yeah, that was a really sad scene, huh? Yeah, forget about it. And then we talked about Bigfoot. Hey, I had big feet. When I had to go toe to toe with Apollo Creed, I looked down at his toes, and they were big. And so I was like, "Oh, are you Bigfoot?" And then he was like, "No, I am Apollo Creed." And then I had to go the distance, but he won. But then I won because I got Adrian. Yes, thank you for the recap. And then there's Ondeg, is a crow. Yeah, that reminds me. When I went to Russia, I had to fight this big guy, and he didn't even care if Apollo Creed died. He was like, "Hey, if he dies, he dies." And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into shape. I'm gonna start running up this mountain, and then when I fight you, I'm gonna avenge the death of my friend. I'm gonna keep my eye on the tiger. You mean you're gonna have the eye of the tiger? What did I say? You said you were gonna keep your eye on the tiger. Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, okay. So, those were some good movies. Movies? Yeah, never mind. And then finally, Guayakwa Dizzy Win. Honesty. Yeah, Guayakwa Dizzy Win. Honesty. It's really important to be honest. I know, huh? I hate it when people lie. Because, Mick, he was lying to me. He was holding me up, and you think you're a winner, but then you find out you're a loser. Nothing's real. Okay. And then Guayak Wendam is to think correctly. Yeah, sometimes I can't think so straight. I've been punched in the head a couple of times, and I think it rattled my brains. I don't think so good. You think just fine. Oh, thanks, man. Listen, Nanaboozhoo, I'm going to tell you something you already know. Here we go. Life, it ain't all sunshine and roses. I don't care how tough you are. Life will knock you down to your knees and keep it there if you let it. Yeah, that's what I hear. And you can't go around blaming other people for your problems. It's not where you want to be because of him or because of her. That's loser talk, and you're better than that. Okay. And so it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about can you take the hits and keep moving forward. You gotta take the hits and keep moving forward, because that's how winning's done. Okay. I like to inspire people. Yeah, well, that's pretty inspiring, Sylvester. So what's in the future for you? You gonna be doing any more movies? Yeah, I want to make a sequel to Rambo. A sequel? Didn't you just do a sequel to Rambo? Yeah, but it wasn't so great. I'm going to make a sequel to the sequel to the sequel to the sequel. I kind of invented a sequel in a way. You really did. I don't think a lot of people give you credit for that. I mean, there was like The Godfather and then The Godfather Part 2. But you can open the door saying, yeah, we can keep on making as many movies as we want with the same characters. And just kill off a couple every time. Yeah, that's the secret. You got to kill off a major character every movie, or nobody will come and see it. I think I'm gonna die in the next one. Yeah, that would surprise everybody. You just die. Yeah, I mean, like, not even pretend. Just have them really kill me, and then that'll be the movie. Just coming this summer. Watch Sylvester Stallone get shot. Oh, you'll just do like a snuff film. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right, look, I better get going. How do you say that? I will see you again. Well, we say, Gigawabamin. Minowa. Yeah, Gigawabamin, Minowa, Nanaboozhoo. Yeah, you too, Sylvester. Hey, Natasha. Yeah? Gigawabamin, Minowa. You too, Sylvester. All right, forget about it. All right. Sylvester Stallone, baby. I love it when he calls in. Yeah, he's so inspiring. You think so? Yeah. Actually, I do. I don't think Sylvester Stallone's inspiring, but I think that first Rocky movie is pretty inspiring. Oh, guys. Yeah. All right, sweetie. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got all the time in the world. Should I play my cool song? You could. Let me see what some of the Boozhoo crew has to say first. We got Joseph's here. Jim Dunn, Boozhoo. And Zibi Wagosh. Oh, who's this now? Boozhoo, Zibi. So nice to see you, Zagame. I was going to ask you if you were related to PW. Is that Papa Wagosh? Now to sound dumb. Hey, aren't you related to the other guy whose handle name has the word Wagosh in it? ZB Wagosh says, he who dares not offend cannot be honest. Thomas Paine. Yeah, that's true. You know, that's how they keep you from speaking honestly. They make you nervous about offending people. You know, if the truth hurts, what does that say? What is freedom of expression without the freedom to offend? It ceases to exist. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird, really subtle trick that they played on the world. Getting everybody to play the new rules of you're not allowed to offend anybody. And if a person's offended, the person who said the thing that offended that person holds all the responsibility. It doesn't matter if it was intentional. It doesn't matter if it was even logical. You know, like misgendering somebody. That's a whole game everybody's playing. Because it assumes it's a thing to misgender somebody. It assumes that, number one, it assumes transitioning is real. You know, he used to be a man, then he transitioned into a woman, and now you misgendered Caitlin, who is now a woman, by calling Caitlin a man, when in actuality, Caitlin is still a man. You can't change your gender. But that's hate speech now, to just be honest. So I don't know. I'm not even weighing in on what I think. If you want to know, I'm totally indifferent. I couldn't care less. You know? I think it would be embarrassing if my dad came out as a transgendered. You know? If I saw my dad wearing a pair of pantyhose, I'd be like, oh man, that's gross. Embarrassing. But, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, at all. I don't care. But in reality, and you know, I can't be honest about just being, you know, saying that. It's not even an opinion. It's just pointing out the truth, the buewin. Because the thing is, you can't think correctly. Goyako wendam. If you can't speak the truth. You know, it's like when they change words and they make it impossible to think. You know, being compelled to call somebody who is a biological, and even saying that is stupid. You know, oh, I'm a biological male. I say, yes, that's the only way you can be. What are you, spiritually male? That's not a thing. Male is a biology. It's not a feeling. Sorry. And that's not hate speech. But it's, I'm trying to push against the unspoken rules of trying to blur everyone's mind. No. That's why they say language and spelling, especially spelling. Somebody asked, is that how you spell that word? It's like, who cares? You don't need to put a spell on people. Curse words, like curses a person. Spelling, put a spell. Language, they go so far, like in a college, they'll even say, language constructs reality. No, it doesn't. Language is a language. Now, your words will influence how you think about reality. But whether you're alive or dead, asleep or awake, reality exists. Don't let your college professors tell you there's no absolute truth. They had me so screwed up for so many years. From college? From everything, from college, from postmodernism. That's what all this stuff is really kind of stems back into. The whole idea of critical race theory. All this is, playing with language, policing how you speak, so then you can somehow affect what you think is reality. And the spell people are under, they say, they've gotten people so people aren't, I still think people can see the truth. Like, this is what got us into trouble last week. I made this joke where I said, by the way, Caitlyn Jenner, nobody thinks of you as a woman. Nobody. Not your boyfriend, not the Olympic Committee from the 70s, not the staff at Wheaties, not your ex-wife, the Kardashian lady, not your screwed up half stepkids, the Kardashians. Nobody. We're all calling you Caitlyn and pretending that we think you look like a woman. Nope. Nobody ever saw you walk by and said, hey, what's that lady's name? Oh, no, that's not a lady. You see, that's Bruce Jenner. He transitioned into being a lady. It's like, no, and the kid's like, oh, I never would have guessed. That 6 foot tall, hulking man in a dress and wigs and padded bra. I thought it was a real woman. Never happened. Not any country, everybody. Even a baby could tell. But we're all being nice. But our speech has been policed. And, there's always a threat that YouTube or Facebook will censor you if you speak out. And we did, actually. No, we didn't. So far, I haven't gotten I got trouble from viewers for not playing along. People who get offended, who claim to be transgendered or gay or whatever, wrote in, give me a thumbs down, whatever that means. Hey, you homophobe. Don't use that word. That's hate speech. I identify as a gay ally. Thank you. If you call me a homophobe, you are marginalizing me. You start fighting their fight. Yeah. But we got, I tried to post it 3 times too. Our moon landing video keeps getting censored off of Facebook. They won't let us share moon landing hoax videos. But so far so good. The LGBTQ2S MAD community hasn't tried to shut us down off YouTube yet. What's MAD? Mothers Against Drunk Driving? Yeah, it is actually. I don't mean MAD, I mean MAP. What's MAP, MAP? You guys know this? MAP. That community keeps adding letters to their name. It used to be, G and L. Then became LGB. Then it became LGBT. Then it became LGBTQ. You with me? Gay, lesbian, gay, trans, and bi. Yep. Then it became LGBTQ. Now they say plus. But lots of times they put 2S. The number 2. Yep. For two-spirit. Exactly. Lesbian, gay, bi, trans, two-spirited. No, queer, two-spirited. Transitioning. But it keeps going. And then now they're adding, it hasn't come out in mainstream yet, but MAP, which stands for minor attracted person. No way! Yeah. Like a person who's in love with someone who works in the mines? Exactly. That's sick. You want to go out with a coal miner? Read your Bible. Thou shalt not lie with coal miners. I couldn't believe it. Minor attracted person. Coal miners, they got dirty hands. They work underground all day. No, thank you. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and a coal miner. I know. I shouldn't joke about this. Well, are we going to talk about it or not? I don't know. Are you guys with me? Let's see what they're saying down here. Joseph says, cast out for honest knowledge and uncommon sense. Yeah. Wait, I'm going to go back. I'm always reading these backwards. La, la, la. Zagame says, my coworkers think I'm crazy as I sit here with my headset on. They can't hear. And I start to laugh. Remember, there are others working here. Yeah, I used to do that too. You're at work and you start laughing all by yourself. You're like, what's the biggest problem? That's a good way to get people to give you more space on a bus. Like if you're kind of crowded in, you're sitting on a public bus or whatever, you just start laughing. I go in there, sit down. Like the Joker or something. Yeah. People start giving you, now I can set down my bag and nobody wants to sit by the guy laughing by himself. Greetings from North Central Wisconsin, says Brian Mater. Hey, Brian, welcome back. Brian's here, sweetie. Well, Boozhoo, Brian. Zagame says, can we hate speech? That's an excellent question. If you say something against hate speech, isn't that hate? Down with hate speech. Kill all hate speech. Kill all hate speech. Censorers. I don't know. Living in such a weird time. I blame society. Thank you. I like to narrow it down to society too. You know whose fault this is, sweetie? Society. Mm-hmm. Zagame are on the same page here. Zagame says, who else raised these people who have no idea of who they are? I feel sad for them. Yeah, no kidding. Actually I do. I blame... Well, do we blame public school? Everybody hands over their kids. This public school has more to do with your kids. I know my parents just never talked about anything with me, really. I think they were Democrats growing up. But I think I remember my dad liked Ronald Reagan. I know my mom, after I grew up, was a feminist. But when I was a kid, they just never talked about politics. And they never talked to me about anything having to do with current events. My parents were baby boomers. And two working people. who, they're kind of from that Minnesota nice, where you just sort of don't talk about politics, sex, or religion, even with your kids. You know, we went to church, but I never heard my dad say he believed in God, or my mom, you know. Now that I think about it, it's weird that they didn't. I never had a conversation about, like I was in college when my older brother had to explain the difference between Republicans and Democrats. I didn't know the difference between left and right politics until I was in my 20s. Because I went to public school and studied politics for an hour a day for 12 years. And somehow didn't glean that from the classes I passed studying politics. Oh, it's social studies. Hi, I'm a high school graduate. I couldn't tell you the difference between Republicans and Democrats. Thanks, LaPorte School. But, yeah, so public school, did they raise, and they raised us to just kind of be blue class, working class, blue collar workers, you know. School teaches you how to follow instructions from one boss person, whether it's a teacher or a coach. Teaches you how to read instructions. And that's about it. They pretend, this is history. Open your history textbook, and this is how you scan for the key ideas. The main theme will be highlighted in each paragraph. They're not teaching history. They're teaching you how to read a manual. And then, you know, you'll get indoctrination and all these different subjects. But, you know, and I'm so old that they didn't really talk about racism, or certainly not about gay and straight or anything like that. But we did have sex ed. I was in the 5th grade. First time I ever saw a porno. What? Well, they didn't call it a porno. But when we had our sex ed class, maybe it was 6th grade. I don't think I was in 7th grade yet. Anyway, I was a little guy. And they showed real childbirth. Oh, really? Yeah, it was the grossest thing I'd ever seen. Probably I've ever seen. No, it's beautiful. Childbirth? Only a woman would say that. Yeah. So they separated all the boys and girls. I still remember it. And I think we even had, who was the teacher for that? Because I think they had a guy teach the guys. And otherwise it was all girl teachers, you know. And they separated the boys from the girls, and they showed us a woman giving birth. And it was all blood and hair. And, I remember none of us could eat our lunch after that. We're like, man, let's never get a girl pregnant. I think it was a day we all turned gay. We're like, ugh, that's what's going on down there? You take me from never seeing a naked girl to showing me childbirth, and you don't expect that's going to blow my mind? Ugh. You know, up until that video, I think the dirtiest picture I'd seen was from like Sears catalog. Yeah. And then like, yeah, kids, come look at this. The beauties of childbirth. You know that diagram we just showed you about how an egg gets fertilized? Well, come on in and watch this video. But now that I'm grown up, I'm like, you perverts, quit showing that to children. I think they can, I think you can describe, you know, whatever, just let their parents talk about this with them. See, this is another thing where I've become a conservative. What's that? Now I don't want to have sex ed in schools. You're kidding. What about all the unwanted pregnancies and stuff? Well, I'm not saying I want these kids to be getting pregnant, but sex ed in schools has resulted in the normalization, not just a normalization, the intolerance of traditional values when it comes to sex, marriage, morality. You know, the school can't weigh in on a moral issue when it comes to sex. They'll never discuss anything about whether or not you should. How old, when are you ready to have sex for the first time? They're not going to talk about that, and that's what kids want to know. I taught sex ed once. Really? Kinda. These people came in, and it was in the high school, which was really dumb. There was like a single mom in the class, and these Christian people came in who taught sex ed, but they just taught the biology. And so during the conversation, I was like the other adult in the room. We started talking about sex. And I told all the guys about what happens when you get a chlamydia test. Yeah, really? Yeah. And I got straight with them. I was like, you guys, be careful of the beautiful ones. They usually have a body count in the double digits. When you get in your 30s, women will have a body count in their triple digits. And we just talked about STDs and about rape allegations, and I basically gave them the MGTOW warning. It's like, be very careful. The best defense against all the bad stuff that can happen with sex is don't do it outside of marriage at all. Yeah. How about that? How's that for a radical idea? Wait till after you get married. Only have sex with one chick that you're trying to make babies with. That's the most conservative thing I've ever said. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. I'm so afraid. What if I get pregnant? What if I get an STD? Yeah. 100% chance you won't if you don't have sex at all. Oh, you can lessen your chances if you wear a condom. Oh, we should make sure it's okay to get an abortion just in case. It's like, oh, you stupid kids. Just wait. You're not missing out on anything. It's overrated. Joseph says, castaways on Misfit Island for thinking for ourselves. Yeah, no kidding. Outside their box. I'm coloring outside the lines. I watched some cool coloring videos the other day. That's what I do. Just a person's hand coloring a coloring book. And he was like a professional colorist. It's just fun to watch somebody color. Hey, Michael, you want to make a video of you drawing and coloring? We could. That'd be fun. What was the other thing we're going to do I didn't do? Oh, you're going to draw a picture of the Prophet Muhammad. Oh, yeah. I wanted to draw a picture of Muhammad to see if I get any threats from Islamic terrorists. Because I have a theory that's just more fake news trying to get us to hate Islam. Oh, no, they'll kill you if you even draw a picture. So dumb. La, la, la. Shelly Ham's here. Boozhoo, Shelly. Shelly's here, sweetie. Hey, Shelly. Shelly says, what about parents that don't tell the kids anything about sex? They just learn from their friends who don't know anything about sex either. Yeah, that was my parents. They just never talked about it. When my mom, you get real naive. And they say when you grow up in a small town, you grow up slower than kids who grow up in a city. So I was kind of what they would call immature for my age. But my mom got pregnant for the last time when I was 13 years old. And the way they talked about it, because they barely talked about this stuff, it was all in code. They were like, well, we had they call it an accident? I hope they didn't call it an accident. I think they might have said we had an accident and your mom's going to have a baby. I remember at first there was some discussion about this may not become... See, that's what's so screwed up about liberals. My parents couldn't even... The issue was my mom was like 39 years old and on an IUD. And then she became pregnant. And so there's a chance the baby would die while growing up because there's that a piece of plastic in the womb that kills fertilized eggs, And so instead of just talking straight, she was on birth control that didn't work and may kill the baby, but the baby's already alive. It's a fertilized egg, They kind of danced around the subject, made us think that it might not happen, but she is pregnant accidentally. And maybe she won't be later, but maybe she will. So I walked away going, oh, do married people accidentally have sex? Is that really what you thought? Yeah. I was 13 years old. I thought they did it in their sleep. I couldn't picture my parents actually choosing to do that. So I pictured they were both asleep, rolled over on each other somehow, and then accidentally happened. I knew the mechanics of what happens, but I figured they were asleep because they said it was an accident. And yeah, and they just would have let my sex education, leave that to the schools. Let the school teach them about sex. And they can teach them about politics too. What are we going to tell them? We're just the parents. We're just baby boomer parents. We're not going to talk about money with our kids. We're not going to talk about politics or sex. They can learn that from, I don't know, watching the neighborhood dogs. Here, watch a show. It's called Falcon Crest. It's about rich people. You can learn something about money from this. La 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 la. All right, here's a song, and I'm going to let Natasha get up here. This is a song called Run to the Hills. This is for Daniel Black. And Miigwech Bizendawieg. Should we do this? Okay. Okay, hey, Boozhoo. Welcome back to the show. We've got a very special song for you today. This is by Iron Maiden, and it's called Run to the Hills. White man came from across the sea. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes, he killed our creed, he killed our game for his own needs. We fought him hard, we fought him well. Out on the plains we gave him hell. The many came, too much for creed. Oh, will we ever be set free? Riding through dust clouds and barren waste, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children are cowards attack. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children are cowards attack. Run to the hills, run for your life, run to the hills, run for your life. Soldier blue in the barren waste, hunting and killing their game, raping the women and wasting the men. The only good Indian Johnny Depp, the Savage. That was a beautiful song, sweetie. Hey, thanks. Run to the hills. Run for Missy Charlie and Jessica Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, because she's a woman. That's right. Today's Ojibwe Word of the Day. You got your guy friends, they're Nijis. Then you got your girlfriends, they're Nijikways. Not that kind of girlfriend, you guys. Come on. Can we ever talk about just regular people? Why has everything got to be so gay today? I don't know. Run to the hills. Well, what did we learn today, sweetie? I didn't learn a thing. Me either. I'm Mick Beaver. Up here in Bemidji, the college is called the BSU Beavers. That scares them. Because you can't be racist, you know. We used to be the BSU Redskins, but then we changed it to the Beavers. And then there's Sub Bay. That's what we should have been, is the BSU Bigfoots. Sub Bay is Bigfoot. And Untag is a crow. Speaking of crows and Johnny Depp. Run to Johnny Depp. If we talk about celebrities, we should have called the today's show How to Say Johnny Depp in Ojibwe. Today's Ojibwe Word of the Day, Johnny Depp. Because in our, what do you call it, clickbait fashion, we got to talk about celebrities more often. I know, that's all people want to hear about. It's me too, though. I mean, I hate myself for it. I'm not going to pay money to go see a Johnny Depp movie. But if I'm scrolling through YouTube videos and somebody has some news on Johnny Depp, I go, oh, what's going on with his life? Has he reconciled with Amber Heard? Have you heard if Johnny and Amber are back together again? Oh, I hope so. They seem so happy. Yeah, you think? No. Johnny Depp. Some people won't recognize him from this. This was when he played Tonto in the movie The Lone Ranger and Tonto. And oh, what a wonderful movie for everyone except the Undead. Not a lot of people know about this, but there's some controversy when they filmed this, because originally Johnny Depp had a live Undead on his head. Is that right? Yeah, nobody knows this. That bird was supposed to be alive, and they trained him to just sit up there and stuff. But then, in a drunken rage or whatever, Johnny Depp smacked him on his head, accidentally killed him, and just stuck there. And he just had a dead bird. But you know, when I look back at that stupid movie, yeah, there's almost no, like every 5 minutes, if you're skipping through that movie, you'll see so many scenes where Tonto, Johnny Depp in Kiss makeup, is like walking out of the flames or doing something creepy in the moonlight. It looks like it's Lone Ranger and Tonto in hell. I'm like, really? Why do you guys have to make everything so stupidly satanic? Just like that pirate movie with Keith Richards. Pirates of the Caribbean #4 or whatever. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, we're on a pirate ship with a bunch of ghouls now. Look, it's the pirate ship in hell. You know, hail Satan. Giant Up, we're on to you. We know you love Satan. Just admit it already and go be gay with Marilyn Manson if you love him so much. All right, enough hate speech for one day? Yeah, probably. How long has that been? This has been 1 hour and 4 minutes. We ran late and I didn't get much time to talk. I know, I'm sorry. We got to get you to introduce this show or you never get up here. I know, because you just keep talking. Can you believe this guy? Are you with me, sisters? No. Anyway, So, Johnny Depp was married to the lady who was in Aquaman, a movie you never saw, and nobody saw, because it's Aquaman. And she pooped in his bed. This is in a court document during some fight. Amber Heard pooped in Johnny Depp's bed. A bunch of other stuff happened that made national news about their relationship breaking up. And I think he went to... Oh yeah, she framed him for abuse. You know, she put on makeup and pretended he had beat her up, but she had actually beaten him up. Ooh, big tough Tonto gets beat up by the lady from Aquaman? What'd you do, try to drown you? No. And anyway, so that's the last thing I heard from Johnny Depp. That, and I hear he spends $30,000 a month just on wine. How much wine can one person drink? I'm guessing he's buying the expensive stuff. But like, is he drinking 5 or 6 $500 bottles of wine a day? I don't know. I don't think he's happy. And having said that, I want to say, me quit Boozhoo. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you for watching. Me quit Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo. The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Nana, ooh, 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 ooh. I am Natasha. This over here is Nanaboozhoo. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This strong silent type. This tall, dark, and lonesome guy, Michael Lyons. Say hello, brother. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. And if you'd like to support the show, we have links in the description. And I will see you again. Kiko up a min. Minawa. Hoa. You're not going to teleport away today? Should I? Nah, it doesn't matter. All right, see you tomorrow.